The second free practice session is underway here for MotoGP at the Italian Grand Prix. The final 30 minutes then for all the riders to get used to the circuit before venturing in to qualifying. Hello everybody, well done for getting up or staying up wherever you are in the world. We've got one monitor on the blink. Thankfully it's not one we use right now, but yeah, it's gone weird. Never seen the monitor do that before. It's like the HDMI lead's been unplugged. It won't connect. Just double checking it is actually plugged in at the back. Yeah, it's really weird. It's never blown on me before. It's the good monitor as well. Ah, here we go. It's popped in. And it's back. I think. I have no idea. Okay, right, we were monitored down for some reason. Okay, well that's just brilliant news. Hello everybody, welcome to the second practice session then. Riders heading out there onto the circuit, making sure that they get their final preparations in. It's bright sunny conditions here. Track temperature at 31 degrees, air temperature 19 degrees, 61% is the humidity, but 2-kilometre-hour wind speed. Absolutely perfect conditions out here as well, as you can see on the sector times. They're going to be quite interesting out there. Many riders going out on the tyres. They finished free practice 1 on yesterday, just to make sure they save it, get their banker lap times in before going for the big ones during the end of the session. We already know the riders having to go through Q1 and Q2. All of the factory KTMs having to go through the next part in Q1. That is the big shot. Miller, Binder and Pol Espargaro all having to go out in that session. Miguel Oliveira surprised everybody. He's through to the next part. Third fastest yesterday. Trackhouse certainly are getting more and more up to date with MotoGP running after their NASCAR main entries. So, I don't know, it's all got positive strands coming into it. Alex Marquez, a 148.554. He goes top. Juan Mir second. Luca Marini third. But now Bagnaia, Bezzecchi, they're all going up there as well, setting their faster times. So, it no longer lap time cancel for Quartararo for exceeding track limits. Ross Brawn is here. Former motorsport engineer and F1 team manager and principal and owner, and former head of F1 development as well. How did that go, Ross? Sort of destroyed Formula 1 and then ran away. Be part of a new decade of champions. Applications during the 2025 Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup grid are open on the 14th of June. What else starts on the 14th of June and they're not promoting? The Women's World Championship gets underway at Mazzano. Really am trying to I'm going to message Maddie to see if she's available to pop on during one of the pre-shows for either the race or quali. You know what I mean? Sprint race or Grand Prix. Really want to have a word with her ahead of the first race. Marc Marquez half a second up already on Bagnaia's time, which is a 147.075. Not going to expect to see too many bonanza laps in this session. They're all just going to remain calm and just see where they get to. Mark's fine. 6:10's up now as well, actually. So the fast lap time we saw yesterday was in the 146. So it was in the 144s. We're in the 146s, so I'm not really surprised to see that. Down at the last couple now. Towards the line. And Marc Marquez does 146.168. 6/10 faster. And Digi goes second, actually. Oh, Martin now goes second. A lot of traffic in the first 3 corners as they're coming towards Luca at turn 3. Lorenzo at 4, then through Casanova, downhill section there. Lap time cancel for Nakagami due to exceeding the track limits as they start flashing up on the monitor. So have we got the current session? We do. Good. Because usually it ticks over to combined, which isn't the best news. Because it's free practice 1 and free practice 2. They don't count towards anything. So why the system still put them as combined times, I don't know. Because each session, the only one that's counted... Sorry, it's really early in the morning. The only one that was counted was yesterday's hour practice session. I'm warming the voice up. It's why I'm not usually my shouty self. I don't want to blow my voice. I only just got it back yesterday. Coming up today, though, we've got MotoGP. Obviously, the qualifying session underway at 9:50. 11:15, Moto E, race 1. Then at 2 o'clock, you can join us for the sprint race. IndyCar Detroit Practice 2 is at 2:10. And at 5:15, IndyCar Detroit qualifying as well. Uploaded today as well will also be the Moto3 Catalan Grand Prix and the Moto2 Catalan Grand Prix. Moto E from France and Catalonia has already been uploaded, so is the Moto3 and Moto2 French Grand Prix. They were uploaded last night. So if you want to go back and have a watch, they're on the channel now. So at 11:45, I'm commentating on the Moto3 Catalan Grand Prix. And at 3 o'clock, I'm commentating on the Moto2 race. At least I get to finish though at 6:45. So 7 o'clock, nice wind down, cook food, all sounds good to me. Tomorrow though, I don't think we stop. 8:40 to 8:50, 10 to 11, 11:15 till 12:15, 12:45 to 2. Arguably 2 till 5, you don't do much, so there's a chance to cook there. And then have some dinner as well. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? And we've also got NASCAR on the Sunday. Sunday's a busier day. A lot of traffic coming out of towards Buodati chicane area. Pecco Bagnaia, if you're just joining us, by the way, who is now being blocked by Paul Espargaro. Pecco Bagnaia has a 3-place grid penalty for blocking Alex Marquez yesterday at the hairpin for Buodati. The stewards say that he could have done it in a safer manner, and it was dangerous riding. So a 3-place grid penalty. That won't affect the sprint race. So if Bagnaia qualifies on pole position, he'll start on pole for the Tissot sprint, but he will not start on pole position for the Grand Prix if he gets P1. So wherever he qualifies, that's where he'll start the sprint, but for the main Grand Prix tomorrow, it's 3 places back. So grid penalties only affect Sunday races. Across the line then for Franco Morbidelli. He's 2.5 tenths up and goes fastest by 42 thousandths. Alex Marquez stays in 4th. Marc Marquez comes across the line now and does improve by a tenth and a half, 145.947. Bagnaia, 145.608. 3 tenths faster. Goes faster across the line. Hello to Shima, says, come on Acosta with the fire emojis. Nice that you've made your way over to JB1 from JB2. Hello SHT, what do you think about the grid pen for Bagnaia? I think it was right, as I was just saying about it as well. I think it was right. Right penalty, because it was dangerous riding, and you can't get away with that this circuit. So 100% the right decision to give Bagnaia a penalty. It would be the same for anybody else as well, which is what I like. It's the same factors applying. Bagnaia does a 145.608. As I said, he's top. Mark in second. By the way, if you're wondering why it's such a quick on and off at the moment for MotoGP, we're trying to be on air as little as possible. After the races, we can do what we like, but yeah. Mario Grasili, at the moment, it's not on the table to have 5 GP25s next year. That comes after that it was announced that Prima Pramac are going to have both bikes next year as factory Ducati 25s. But Marc Marquez said he won't spend another year on a year-old bike. He wants a up-to-date modern bike. So if there is going to be 5, why leave out Alex Marquez on the 24 machine? Why not give everybody, all the teams, 25 Ducatis? It's one item I'm not sure on, to be fair. You don't really know where to go, do you, in this instance? Across the line then, Bastianini goes third, 146.084. So goes up there into third position, 4.5 turns down. SHT says Red Bull KTM will be like, why we have to get through Q1 almost every single time while our Costa in the gas bike is beating our riders by a considerable margin. They will be. It's annoying me no end that they haven't swapped. They're going to have to do this the entire season, unless they swap mid-season. It's the same bike, so it won't take a Costa that long to change over. There's Franco Morbidelli, a rider, frankly, lucky to still be in MotoGP. But Franco's wonderful. Wonderful guy, but given the choice between him or Marc Marquez, you're going to choose Marc Marquez, aren't you? So, yeah. So he might find his way out. Maybe back towards Grassini as well. That'd be quite funny. Bezzecchi, 9th fastest at the moment. I still think this is a useless session, by the way. I don't think we need this free practice 2. It's one of the ones where you go, don't really need it. Bezzecchi stays 9th. Welcome, by the way, to the month of June. 1st of June today. No longer in the month of May. All that's been in the past. Final reading on that, by the way, will be in tomorrow on ad revenue. So 260 something rather for that month, so really impressive. Now we start June, where we have to get back to 60 again. But we've got Le Mans, so should be fine. 24 hours of Le Mans coverage. With ads, it'll be fine. Now this is Marco Bezzecchi. No, yep, hang on a minute. No, this is... What am I on? Oh, no, I'm right. It's Marco Bezzecchi. I'm so sleep deprived. I'm doubting myself in the commentary box when I can see the 72. I see the Beer Daddy chicane. 12 and 13. Lovely switchback as well, actually. Even the 24 Ducatis, they look stable, so stable on these bikes. Marco Bezzecchi with a Buddhist monk as well, meditating on his helmet, crash helmet. Absolutely fantastic. Which, honestly, they should have Jack Miller at least. Yeah, they should swap at the end of the last season, but guess what? They brought back both Miller and Binder. Miller saying, if you want to bench me, bench me. Miller knows that it's the same one, but yeah. I suppose that's why they haven't changed over the factory KTM team, because they know Gas is on the factory bike for Pedro Acosta, so they've got him for a year and they can't really move him around. Next year, for sure, Acosta's going to be on the factory KTM. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Speaking of the devil, here is Pedro Acosta now. 9th fastest, coming into the last hairpin. Crashed twice yesterday. Once in practice 1, once in practice 2. Bigger one in practice 2, where he ended up pushing his mechanic's scooter uphill. Quite funny, actually. P5 for Acosta, 146.232. Coming into it as well. SHT says it will be absolutely disgraceful if they don't put Acosta in the factory KTM. They will. They'll add him up. No worries at all. They will move him up the order. Actually, just got to add the auto redirect on to this stream because there's a gap between the two. So redirect for qualifying. There we go. So as soon as this session's over in 14 minutes, you'll be redirected automatically. Those of you on YouTube. Those of you on Twitch, you don't have to do a thing. It's all in one. All in one show on Twitch, so you don't have to do a thing. But if you're on YouTube, we switch over. Just so it's in different programs, because on Twitch you can edit it back. Oh, and Acosta down a couple of tenths there as well, actually. Coming through it, Oliveira, 0.527 down. But everyone is on their tyres they were on in free practice 1 yesterday. They're saving their good ones for qualifying. Especially those who have to go through Q1. Those in Q2, they're fine. But Q1 tyres in the allocation pot as well. Marco Bezzecchi goes 9th. Proves time, not position. 146.304. Through the Bio Daddy chicane. Wonderful drone shot now as well, we're seeing. Love Mugello, the Tuscan Hills. It's just such a beautiful circuit. One of the best in the calendar, one of the best in the world. Wish Formula One would come here for a round again. It would be so fantastic to have it back. The thing is, it looked big on it in 2021. 2021 was only saved by the red flags and restarts. There wasn't actually that much running and overtaking. But it's a great venue to come to. Formula One needs slimmer cars, lighter cars, V10s, synthetic fuel. Jobs are good. You've got a world championship again. So you're still being road relevant because you've got synthetic fuels, which were going that way anyway. So we don't need this hybrid rubbish. We don't need the V6 either. We should stick a V10 in. And then still have all the battery technology in there as well. Could have the fastest ever Formula One cars. Again. Because you took that away from us in 2022. Marc Marquez getting ahead of Alex Rins. Oof, shut him off as well, coming across the pit lane. Marc is ruthless out there today. Absolutely holding nothing back at all. Why should he? Quite a good manoeuvre there. Right, I just want to check if my second screen here is actually detected on the laptop. No, it's not. Don't tell me that's blown as well. Must be a laptop issue. I'll have to restart it. Do it after qualifying. We have a gap of 45 minutes. Okay. Breakfast and a restart. Always nice to see. Everyone cheering now with the lap attack stuff. Making sure they're all okay. Yeah, I did the motor retiming tower, so that's already done. It's breakfast. 11:11 to go. Everyone now just building out for some push laps and backing off everywhere. No one really wants to do any big pushes. They all know that it's too soon. Track temperature, 28 degrees in areas. I've got 33 degrees. That's the highest coming through the first sector. Sector 2, 3 and 4 all about 28 degrees. And 29. So it's that first sector that's the hottest. Coming into turn 1, 2 and 3. Interesting. That's where the sun's coming from as well. So it's heating that part of the track up first. Wonderful though. Nice conditions. Clear skies. Not a cloud in them. Air temperature 19 degrees. Track temperature at 33, the highest. Perfect conditions to ride a motorcycle. 2 km/h wind speed now, blowing in from the southwest. 60% chance of rain. I mean, you can all read that below me here in the Italian Grand Prix border we've got here. But it is quite a nice atmosphere around here. It's all nice. The big loser in the riders' market last season, no doubt, other than Luca, was... oh, right, Acosta was the biggest loser other than Luca Marini. Yeah, well, Marini had a contract with VR46. Marini could have stayed there. His brother wouldn't have minded. He would have liked him to stay there. Marini wanted to go to Honda. He wanted to try and be the resurrector. Marini signed his own death certificate. It's a career killer going to Honda. And that's what's happened. Mia had nowhere to go, and Marini could have stayed at VR46. He chose Honda. 14 riders inside of a second, though, at the moment. Morbidelli estimated to go P3. Pecco Bagnaia the fastest, but a tenth and a half down. Morbidelli jumps up into predicted third as he comes across the line now. And does go third. 146. .036. As I was reading the comment here from SHT saying, Mark leaving Honda during Ducati is a career revival for him. Absolutely it is. I can honestly see Honda leaving. Again, I can. No doubt about it in my mind. We will see Honda leave. You just can't go on like the way you are. It's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Bagnaia is still pushing like crazy. So, 8 minutes to go. Megan's going to be joining me in the commentary box for qualifying, coming up shortly. That time cancelled for the 31 due to exceeding track limits. Pedro Costa. Hasn't taken away his fastest time though, that's still a 1:46.099. That time cancelled for Jan Zarco for exceeding track limits in the 5. So everyone getting lap times deleted. Quartararo, 7:20 back, comes across the line. 6th fastest at the moment. Does he improve? No. 2nd off the pace. Tyres too old now. So now it's just getting laps in. It is one of the most useless practice sessions of the entire weekend, though, this free practice 2. We don't need it. Free practice 1 for 45 minutes. Practice it an hour. That's it. We don't need any more. I would have qualifying and the sprint. And then I would have the 10-minute warm-up because you need to warm the bikes up. So 10-minute warm-up, then the race. We don't need this free practice 2 session. It's absolutely useless. And it takes up so much time in the day. Half an hour. But in reality, around about 45 minutes you're spent going, okay, let's see what we need. And then Jarvis watching on down there at Yamaha. As Acosta turns in at the top of the hill. Down, coming at the hairpin for Beer Daddy. 1:45.608 is the top time. No one's improving that. You can see on the sector times. Qualifying up next though. So excited for that. It's going to be fantastic. Really a close quali. Got the qualifying battle screen ready as well. So don't worry about that. All set up, ready to go. Rins, 17th at the moment. I just thought it was 24 riders, isn't there? Not 22. I'm going to have to change it again, which means it's all going to look ridiculous. Because there's going to be 14, not 12, in the next session. Oh. Sometimes, honestly. It does get annoying. Then there's 12 in the next session, so you've got to move everything back up again. You don't have much time either. 10 minutes a session, either side. Wins on a good time. Actually, very good time. Vinales estimated to go P4 here. Rins crosses the line from 17th. Proves to 16th. Only one position, sadly. 1:46.657. What about Vinales, who in that middle sector, 63 thousandths off the pace here. Not a bad lap time here from Maverick. Still, as he comes in now to the 3rd sector, what is it? 35.037. Half a second down. SHT said, though Honda hasn't been that good either for the last few years, but they're showing signs they are improving, while for Honda, they just stay stagnant as the worst team on the grid without showing any signs of progression. Yeah. Well, look at Rins and Quartararo. Quartararo missed out on Q2. Rins got through. Oh, no, did Quartararo get through to Q2? Yes, he did, didn't he, in 8. So, yeah, both Yamahas through to Q2 for the first time this season. Marc Marquez stays P2. No one improving on the time now with 5 to go. All this now is very much wait and see what we're going to have. Binder's into the pit lane. So Binder boxes. So, yeah. Bastianini might improve here, actually. Medium front soft rear. P4 on 31,000 off the pace. 2 tenths down. Yeah. Tyres cannot handle the 2nd sector. Look at Vinales, 58,000 down in that 1st sector. Oh, 51 off in sector 2. Okay, Vinales might find something here. Martin, half a second down through sector 2. Marc Marquez, 2/10 down at the end of the second sector. Very similar pace to Enea Bastianini, actually. So it's not totally over yet. As they flick through back into Biodaddy. 5/10 down now for Bastianini. And breaking news in the world of MotoGP. It's just come through on my phone. MotoGP will continue its partnership with the Red Bull Ring until 2030. So MotoGP will race in Austria at the Red Bull Ring until 2030. Good deal. Great racetrack. Bastianini stays in 4th position as Maverick Vinales improve up the order from 10th anywhere. 6th. 146.1. Nice time. Martin stays 14th. What about Marc Marquez coming across the line now? Has he boxed? I'm not sure because he didn't cross the line. Marc Marquez is into the pit lane, I believe. Well, I'm 90% convinced. I can't tell the timing screen. Has that changed again? Has that changed? I don't believe it. It has, isn't it? It has. Honestly. Oops, that was my fault there. Sorry. Didn't press the Alt key. There we go. Honestly, it's driving me up the wall, the amount that this thing keeps changing around. It's annoying because look, this is the sector time lap, and then you've got the best lap time. So that's what we watch at the end of the session, and then you've got the sectors coming in. So we can give and take both, so it works easier. So I've got to reset the race graphic again and hope that sticks. It changes every session. I've never known a machine like it ever in my life. Oh, is that why? Because we've got 24 this weekend, it's giving us a thing. Right, I know why it changed. I know why it changed. I can change that now. So I've got to do that again when we come back in 3 weeks' time. Oh. New timing screen sucks without an option for full screen. Like to full screen the names like we had before. The big border at the side is useless. Wish they'd change it. But they're not gonna. They're stuck like that for a couple of years now. 60 seconds left then in practice 2. Bastianini set a 24.836 in that first sector, but no one showing massive signs of improvement. Not that we're going to see much in this free practice 2 anyway. Qualifying coming up next. You will be automatically redirected if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, you'd have to do a thing. Acosta, 10 seconds off the pace. Augusto Fernandez and Nakagami have had enough. Several riders already in the pit lane. So who's out on track? Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Bastianini, Acosta, Vinales, Aleix Espargaro, Martin, Oliveira. They're the ones out on the track. Everyone else in the pit lane. Oh, and run through the gravel for Pietro Acosta. Coming through turn 4 at Luca. Marc Marquez 2/10 down in the middle sector as he comes through Acquabiata 1 and 2. Uphill past the big TV screen. I think Mugello is one of the circuits I'd like to commentate trackside from. Not just standing up here in the commentary box for. Got to go to Donington for a 3rd time this year. So it's weird, isn't it? Why couldn't it have been Silverstone? That would have been nice for the World Superbikes. I mean, to be fair, Donington I do get to see my niece and nephew and sister and brother-in-law. So, yeah, it all works out. East Midlands Airport right next door as well. Yeah, to be fair, I'm moaning. Get not killed in Scotland as well. That's going to be fun. Qualified coming up next, so make your way over to that stream on the JBMotorsports YouTube channel. As everybody, we're waiting on one rider. There we go. Everyone's taking the flag. That's it. Acosta will be the last, and he stays in 5th. So, Pecco Bagnaia tops free practice 2 for Marc Marquez. Morbidelli in the top 3. Bastianini, Acosta, Vinales, Quartararo, Binder, Alex Marquez, Bezzecchi rounds out the top 10. Di Giannantonio, Aleix Espargaro, Raul Fernandez, Miller, Martin, Paul Espargaro, Rins, Oliveira, Augusto Fernandez, Nakagami, Zarco, Mia, Salvadori and Marini. Right, we're swapping over now. Ready to go for qualifying. Coming up shortly.